Welcome back to the SuperCoach Hub BBL podcast. He's back. He's here. He's happy. He's won a few cashies. Joshy's here with me today. How are you, mate?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad. Got the test on in the background.
Yeah, perfect. Your Wi-Fi is shit, so please fucking fix that. And we're not joined again by Largs. Largs is busy with something that he likes to call work. We all know that's just an absolute Ponzi scheme. So that's a load of shit. Just rip into him on socials if you can. And don't forget to rip into Myth either. Joshy, how'd you go this week in Supercoach?
Not too bad. I think I scored what did I score? I scored at 872, and I went up the ranks to 1,136, which sounds shit, but when you're 5K a couple of rounds ago, it's a lot better.
Yeah, no, things can change extremely quickly. I scored a 978, so that was nice and moved into 240th. But Largs got no idea how he's gone. Let's have a check. He's either going to be really happy or really dirty on us for doing this. No, he scored an 845 and moved into 535th. So he's doing pretty well. Pretty well from him. We all know that when he says he's got work to do, he's just writing down stats for SuperCoach and trying to get an edge on us too. So we all know what he's up to. Joshy, what are you doing with trades this week, mate?
I know who I'm trading out, so I know that Fergus is going. He's been absolutely horrible.
Yep.
Curran's going to go. I brought him back in just to turn the score off the bench. And
Yep.
then I'm also going to I think I'm getting rid of Dorcius. He's been pretty good, but there's a little bit of rain around for this Coffs Harbour game first up. And I think I'd prefer just a guaranteed full game from someone. And at the moment, the three coming in, which has been changing a fair bit, but the three coming in is Wes Agar, Cooper Connolly, and Nathan Ellis. But that could also
Yep.
be like a Lockie Ferguson, could be a Chris Green, it could be a Chris Jordan. Yeah, there's still a lot to play out there.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Whoever is running the Supercoach Hub Gerbil account, they've decided to start doing weather updates, which is pretty handy because there's a few accounts out there that obviously do them already. But
Yeah.
the forecast for the rest of Friday, he's got up max 25. There's showers, chance of rain, 80%, which is horrible.
Yeah,
And the
it's not good.
little description says partly cloudy, high chance of showers, the chance of a thunderstorm, blah, 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 winds, all that kind of business. That is not good at all. If the Sixers
No.
go out there, we know the Sixers love to chase. They always love to chase.
Mm.
If you see
Yeah.
the bat flip and they're chasing, what are you doing with your Sixers?
Well, I'm already trying to get them all out. So last round, I got rid of Jack Edwards, purely just want to take that Ashton Turner score. I didn't think Jack Edwards would bowl too much coming back from injury, and he was listed at 6. Turns out he still had a pretty good role, but didn't score too
And he
well.
bowled 4 overs in fucking death as well.
Yeah, but luckily
Oh,
only a 37, so that was the good part. So he's gone already. As I said, Dorcius is going to go out, and then the only other sixes I'd have would be Kerr, who I'd have on the bench as a loop, and then I'll have Philippi. So if Philippi doesn't play, then my best 11 can count without him. If not, I do like that he's opening the batting, so he can potentially get some points in quickly before they get off the ground, or if it's like a limited overs game, you know that he's gonna be batting no matter what. Um,
yeah.
so I think it's just going to be Philippi at the moment, and I kind of had to change plans as well. Like I was interested in a Spencer Johnson or Xavier Bartlett, or even Nisar, but now I'm just can't go there with the rain around.
No, God, no. God, no. No, the ones that I'm looking at, Chris Jordan's coming in for me. Weza Agar is coming in, and I've got 130K left to spend on literally like whatever. And I
Yeah,
think that's going to be a Chris Green. I'm
Yeah.
fairly sure it will be. So those going out is Dwarcius, Edwards, and Basley, which would leave Kerr as a loop and Philippi as the keeper from the Sixers.
Yeah,
Like it,
I do the exact same.
we haven't been screwed over by rain yet, and it just feels like this is going to be one of those games that is just stop start, which is shocking for SuperCoach.
I feel like it's always Coffs Harbour as well. It's always Coffs
It is.
Harbour or whenever the Heat play a game in the Gold Coast. I swear
Yes.
those two
Yep.
always get rained out.
And it's
Always.
always terrible. Terrible. So are you trading out Fergus just purely because you're angry at him for his disgusting performance, or are there
Oh,
others?
well, I mean, initially coming into this round, I was really happy to get Rogers, Fergus, have Zampa already, and get Sutherland because they have the Stars this round, and I thought there'd be bulk points there. Stars collapsed pretty easily, and even the other night they won, but they made it a bit hard in the end. Like they started to collapse. Maxi go golden and all sorts of different things, but I think I'd just prefer to keep like an Ashton Turner over Fergus now. After two shit scores, I might just take a gamble on Turner, who his role is shit. He's batting at 5, but he hasn't gone
Yeah.
under 47 all season. Like he keeps scoring somehow. And he's been bowling a little bit. I think he
Which
bowled 2
is
overs last game, which is crazy.
very weird.
Yeah, and he took a
Very
pole
weird.
in the first game that he played. He only bowled 1 over against the Gades, and then last game 2 overs. So I don't know.
Mm. What's your
Yeah,
thoughts on trading out Overton?
I don't mind it. Like, what's his? I'll quickly look at his break even. Um, he's got break even 169, but I still think he's got one of, if not the best roles in the game. Like he's
Yep.
bowling his 4, like that's an absolute guarantee. And he bats 6. So I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard one, especially like this round. They have the Canes, which they can collapse, and then they can also put on big totals, so they're a bit hard to predict. But if you needed to do it, absolutely need to do it to get a certain player in or work out some other trades, I could do it, but I think I want to hold on to him just for one more round, and then ship him off next week over his bye. But then again, he could have lost a lot of money by then.
Yeah, and then he leaves. Fairly sure it's round 9. So that, like, I've seen a few people with Overton in their trade plans. I don't think I agree with it just yet.
Yeah.
There's,
Hmm.
I want to read you some scores if I can get them up. Tell me if you're interested. I think you wouldn't be, but batting at 3, double coming up, score in his first game of 3, 8, 2, and 11 for 74k.
Who is that?
Exactly.
Oh,
That
is
is
it
the right.
Shafane? Is it Shafane?
Yes, it is, Mr. Rutherford. Is there
Right.
any, like, do you
Nah.
go, like, he's pretty much basement. Do you bring him in to facilitate something else where, I mean, ideally, surely no one has Rutherford as their top number 1 trade in target. Like, Wes Agar should definitely be that. But
Yeah.
do you bring Rutherford in prior to his double game week at
Oh,
such a low score? Like, do you take that?
no, I think I would have to look at one more round. I can quickly look at his break even, 65. I think he
Yep.
can afford to have one more look, purely because I can't pick him off his current form. He looks disinterested. He looks like this year's Spice Man.
Yes.
We all know
Yeah.
how bad he was. Adam Life, I had him a couple of seasons ago, and he
Oh,
did absolutely nothing and
don't
just kept
mention that
dropping and
man's
dropping and
name.
dropping. Yeah, so I couldn't do it. I know he's batting at 3. I think that was the only game he's batted at 3. I think he's been at 6 for most of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But he just looks disinterested. Like that knock he played at 3, like, he made like 6 off like 18 balls or something, and just looked shaky. He looked shit.
Yeah.
Like He's been so good for the Windies lately, but just he
Yeah,
looked
yep,
horrible in the Big Bash. So I couldn't do it. I think I prefer like a Tom Andrews, to be honest, if I was trying to free up cash. And that's how bad I think Rutherford is.
that's horrible. All right,
I'd
this
prefer a
bloke's
Gilks,
not.
bro. I'd prefer a Gilks.
Oh, the Gilkatron. I will
Yeah.
be so sad if I don't go into the double with him in my team. If anybody doesn't know out there, I absolutely love that man. He is a superstar. I'll read you another set of scores. This bloke's not on a double next week.
Yep.
First game 6, second game 4, 0, 20, 85. Priced at 84k.
Are we like shopping at the reject shop or something? What are these numbers that these players are producing?
Very
So
good
what?
by you.
There's one good score, 85.
Yep.
Who is it? Who is it?
No. Off those scores, like top order batsman opens the innings. What are you thinking based on those scores? 84k. Throw at the stumps.
Does he have a double coming up at all? Oh, it's
No.
Finn Allen.
It is. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. I actually did look at him, to be honest, and we all
So
knew
did
that
I.
if he faced 20 balls, we all knew it was going to be a half century or more.
Yeah.
But we just didn't think that he could get past those 2 balls or 3 balls or 4 balls of his first innings. I don't know. I think I'm just trying to prioritize getting in like known scorers or people with the double coming up. That's why I'm like looking at the Connolly on singles for the rest of the year. Looking at obviously getting in Wes, Alice, Jordan. I think I want the more high quality double players coming up or single players coming up than going to Finn Allen. But I can see why people would do it, honestly.
All right. Here's another one. Lower order batsman
Yes.
bowls score of 75, 35, 38, 58 at 152k.
It's Sam's,
It is
isn't it?
Sam's.
Nah, so I actually wanted to speak about this. Like,
This is why I
obviously,
brought him up.
Sam's will be straight in for their double after this round, but I just don't want to go anywhere near him against the Scorchers. He's played 2 games at Optus in his career for a 4 and a 5. And in 9 games against the Scorchers, he averages 18.7 with only 2 scores in the low 40s above 40. And then the rest are just real bad. Like his last 2 games against the Scorchers were 3 and 5. Like I know numbers aren't everything, but I mean, just off scores of 4 and 5 alone at Optus Stadium, I don't think I can do it. And even his role hasn't. It's not as good as it has been in previous seasons. Like obviously, he's always going to bowl his 4, always gets those death overs. But previous season's been batting 6. He started there this season, but he's actually at 8 now. The last 2 games behind Chris Green,
Yeah,
he's been at
that's
8. So it's not as good as it usually used to be. Like you're looking at a Chris Jordan who's batting 7, bowling 4, and that's a better role at the moment than a Dan Sams.
absolutely.
So I don't know. As I said though, he's straight in for his double. It's just
Yep.
I'm not doing it this round.
What about this is the last one,
Okay.
and I know you love this bloke, but I won't say his name. Opening bat, score of 17, 37, 29, 116 for 133k.
It's Davey Warner.
It is David Warner.
Yeah, nah. I've said on Twitter he's going to be the trap of his double.
So
I
you're not
reckon.
going there?
Nah, I'm not going
No.
there. Not going there. If look, my hand will be forced if he comes out with another knock of 50 plus this round.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not going there. Like he's old. Like last season, I don't know how he was priced at 152k to start the season. To be honest, if you
Oh,
look at his previous
anyone
season.
that truly listens to us knows that we absolutely love how they put the prices into.
Oh,
SuperCoach.
it's ridiculous.
Love it.
But yeah, I don't even know how he's 152k to start with, given his numbers last season. But yeah, it just no. Like, yeah, he made that really good 80, but I think he just survived an LBW review on like a pretty low
Yeah.
score. It was
Yeah,
just
that's true.
pitching outside. So Yeah, I couldn't do it. He's on my screen at the moment because they're doing a little BBL promo. But
Of course they
nah,
are.
I can't do Davey Warner.
No,
Not
fair
without
enough.
one more good knock. What about you though? Are you interested?
Absolutely, I am.
Really?
Absolutely.
Like,
My
I
last,
think,
if I'm
yeah.
3K short of being able to bring him in, and he is who I would have brought in. So
Mm,
when I say that I have 130K left to spend on a last slot player, I literally afford Cam Green, but Chris Green by like 900. That's how tight it
mm,
is, and I'm happy trading out Jack Edwards purely because of the rain. I don't think he's going to bat three. I've always thought when Curtis Patterson's back, you much rather have Jack Edwards batting at 6 than Curtis Patterson. Simple as that. If
mm.
KP doesn't play, Edwards bats three. That changes the whole context of the argument. But
Yeah.
like Jordan's locked in, Agar is locked in, Chris Green, or it could be Cameron Bancroft. I don't know. I'm not
Mm.
sure. I mean, that could work, but it just depends. Like at the moment, Chris Green is my loop. Like he's on the bowler's bench with the E. Hayden Kerr's on the batsman's bench with the E, and I've got Doran and Philippi, and we know Doran like he just doesn't play. So really, I'd need a 60 from that specific player, and it just feels like Green is more chance to do so.
Yeah, he's actually been pretty good this season. Like he had that zero, but he's still averaging 50 with a zero in that
Yeah.
score. Um, yeah, one thing I will say is how many Thunder players are you looking at for that double? Because this is the reason why I'm not thinking Warner. Because if I look, say I want 5 or 6 Thunder players, it's probably going to be closer to 5, maybe
Mm-hmm.
maybe even 4. I'm preferring Ferguson, Billings, Sams, Agar, Green over Warner already. That's 5 players already, and I'd have an argument for Bancroft over him. But they're
Yeah.
5 players that I guaranteed want over Warner. So I don't know. That's probably another reason why I'm not really interested, to be honest.
I think if you're getting Billings, you've got to go this week.
Yeah, what's his break even
Negative
actually?
26 break even. Like
Oh
you know
God, yeah, you
what
kind
what
of do.
happened? What happened? Literally the round that just went with the only reason that you had Seifert in your team was because you held him. There is
Yeah,
no way you were spending 180K on a keeper. That's it. And
no
what
way.
I don't even know what he scored, but Billings is it's literally the same thing. Billings scores a 40, he's 180K. Do you really want a Thunder keeper at
No,
180K on a double? Like that's the
no,
type of money that you pay for death bowlers, that you pay for superstars, all rounders, not keepers. Like
yeah,
Philippi, like yes, Philippi's 169K, but he popped off in the double game week, then went well last round. So of course he's
yeah,
going to shoot up there. Like that's just the maths just works out there. But
yeah.
you're right because like with one team being on the double, I've and I think everyone's the same in this way. It goes all rounders, bowlers, batsmen. And
Mm,
I wouldn't call Chris Green an all rounder, but obviously him and Agar are definitely like you've got to get Agar this week. He pumps out another 100. And what's his break even?
oh, it's low.
Negative
It's in the
50,
minuses.
negative
Yeah,
52. Pumps out 100. This is what you get around here. Quick maths. Oh Jesus Christ, that's not right. He goes up another 39K. Like,
yeah.
do
It's
you really
ridiculous.
want to be paying 185K for Wes Agar when you can pay 146 right now?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be wanting to pay that much.
No.
He's the only player that I'm locked in. Like I said before, that I know who I'm trading out. I just don't know who I'm trading in. But Agar is one of
Yep.
those absolute locks. And just quietly, how the hell was Nathan McAndrew playing over him at the start of the season?
No clue.
I don't understand it, to be honest.
No clue. Like that's just yeah. I don't understand that at all. Um,
Yeah,
but you bring up an interesting point about how like they're not like the Scorchers where you'd feel comfortable having 6 or 7 of them.
yeah, absolutely.
So I
Yeah.
think no,
The only ones that I would be scared of not owning are the Green, Sam's, Ferguson, and that's probably about it, really. The rest, like, they can have their bad days. And Wes, obviously, but everyone's going to be getting him in.
no, I was just replying to this comment. I feel bad for Baslenka. We'll get to the comments. Yeah, oh, that's horrible.
Just before the comments, what are your thoughts on Chowdhury? Like, obviously, because obviously he's coming off a three over game, and then they obviously made 42 as well. Taking wickets in both of the last two games, made 20 plus in both of the last two games. Only one over in the first two games though, so it looks like his role is a lot better than the start of the season. He's getting 2 to 3 overs now, and he's getting a bat. Like, what's your thoughts on him?
He bowled 3 overs last game though. How many did he bowl
Yeah.
before that?
So before that, he bowled 3 overs last game. The game before that, he took 1 for 11 off his 2 overs, and then the 2 games before that, he bowled just 1 over across those 2 games.
So he's bowled
So
2 overs in 3 games prior to the last game.
no, he had bowled 1 over in 2 games, and then he bowled 2, and then he's just bowled 3. So he's bowled 5 overs in the last 2 games, taking 2 wickets.
So if we're not talking about last game, he's bowled 3 overs in 3 games.
Yeah.
So he's bowled 6 overs in 4 games, including. So he's averaging, what's that, 1.5 overs a game.
Yeah, but it's 5 overs in the last 2 games though.
But Ellis didn't play.
True.
And clearly I know that Ellis bowls completely different to Ellis.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. That's just, you look at the break even and you think, oh yeah, middle order bat that bowls, that's SuperCoach gold, but you got to have some context around it. That doesn't seem like I would much rather just pay an extra 30K for Chris Green.
Yeah.
I know completely different players. They've obviously got Thunder have got the double coming up, but yeah, if Chowdhury gets to 150K, I'll pay it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, and Ellis is the captain as well.
Yeah, but like a Hatzoglu came in for Alice. Did they just drop Hatzoglu and then Alice takes those overs?
Well, they could, but then does Ellis even rate Chowdhury as a bowler?
Yeah, not too sure. Well, because like he did play the game before that and gave him 2 overs and he took that pole. So I don't know. I think he's a better bowler than Hatzoglu, to be honest. Like he's actually not too bad. He doesn't get much spin, but he gets poles and he goes with a decent economy.
They seem to like not be trusting their, I guess, homegrown spinners, if you want to call it that. Like, where's Dooley?
Dooley, like he got found out, man. He had that one good season as Shupman Gill just goes out to the goat
thank God.
which is good. Yeah, he had that one good season, and I think he came in priced at like 200K last season. And then he just got found out, I think. And I think it's a bit off topic, but I think it's also what's happened to Paul Walter this season. Really good season first up, and then he's just been found out. Like people know how he bowls now. Some of the numbers that Walter's been putting up with the ball are really bad now.
I was so close to bringing him in. So close.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
So how many Thunder players are you wanting on their double?
Probably 4 or 5. So if I'm going 5, obviously I have to bring 2 in this week.
Yep.
Going 4, I bring in 1 this week, which Agar's locked. This is whether or not I want to bring in another this week. And at the moment, I'm bringing in a Kane and Connolly as well.
Yep.
But, I mean, I could easily shift Connolly to a Lockie Ferguson or who, by the way, is not getting traded in by many teams. He's only, like, getting into, like, 2% of teams in the top 5%. Like, everyone's left him.
You can afford to wait.
Yeah, yeah, you can. Like Chris Green on the Optus deck, the least spinning deck in Australia. Like that's my only concern.
Yeah,
Dan
no,
Sam's a really poor record, and then I don't know. You kind of left with Lockie Ferguson.
I just think like Green, like to me, Green's not a fucking spinner. He doesn't spin the ball.
No, he doesn't. He just
Like he's
bowls.
just
He just
tall
bowls. His
and
pace is
it's just
different.
economical and all that.
Yeah.
So he'll get bounced. I'm not worried about that. It's more the price point. Like in that range for 130k, who else is there? Do I really just want Bancroft?
Yeah, Bancroft had that one good game. Um, Obviously he's a West Aussie, so how does he go on
Yeah,
home
but he's
pitch?
literally he's opening the batting with the bloke that threw him under
Oh,
the truck and ruined his Test career.
how awkward
Hypothetically
was
speaking. Oh,
how awkward was listening to Warner on the player mic in between overs talking to Bancroft. They just like you can tell they fucking hate each other. You
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell that they hate each other, but they have to open the batting together.
Nah,
It's pretty funny.
you can't be doing that. Like
Yeah.
that's horrible. Absolutely horrible. We're gonna get onto some questions and then we will get into our VC and C shouts. Gerbs, the weatherman. Darcy Short, Renshaw, Lloyd Pope to Wes Agar, Warner, and Jordan. Fading Sims this week. Not happy with Fergo Neil, but hopefully he can do better this round. I actually don't mind that. Change Warner to Chris Green, and you're laughing. And they're my trade-in, so of course I'm going to say that. Joshy, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. As I said before, like Jordan's role is actually really good at the moment. He's batting 7, bowling is 4. But he is prone to a really poor game. That's one thing about Jordan. He
Absolutely.
can get tapped around. Like his economy, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be getting economy rate points for him. You're just
No,
going to be
no,
hoping
no.
for that wicket or two.
Absolute
Um,
pure junk at the end.
yeah. Agar locked. Warner, I agree with you. Maybe try and shift that to a Chris Green, but I do like that you're fading Sam's. I think at 150k with like the break even he has, I don't even think it's that low. I think it's like mid 60s or something. You can
Yep.
just afford to wait a week with someone that has such poor history against Scorchers and at Optus. Like I think it's a no-brainer to just wait. Like there's no pressing issue there.
Well, that's
So
a very,
I agree.
very professionally articulated sentence from you, mate. The sir wants to. The sir says there's no
For
way
once.
Joshy actually made the pod for once. Oh, any response, mate?
No, it's silly season. It's the busiest time of the year. It's hard to be available. So I'm here, and I'll be here for the AFL season mostly as well.
How is pre-season at the D's going for you?
It's good. Me and Truck are not really getting along at the moment.
Yep.
But
Off or on the
we'll improve.
bags?
Nah, still on them. Silly season, still on them.
Still on them. Oh, well, there you go. Clary Oliver, personal insight. Tone says, do I keep Seifert and trade Lloyd Pope or the other way around? Seifert, form drop and break even 140. Does it matter what it gets you? Like, is it, I don't know the difference. I'm guessing it's 20k, but like, what's that 20k do for you? Because if it does nothing, I'd probably keep Pope, honestly.
Like Seifert though, like I wish I had him for this round because I look at Seifert and I look at him against Joel Paris, Mark Steckety, Stoinis, Simon Mear. Like it's just the most pus bowling attack. I think at the
Oh,
MCG, Seifert could ton up.
yes.
Honestly,
Stand and deliver type operator, I reckon.
yeah.
Yeah, we're split on that. Yeah, don't mind that. Don't mind that. Tommy Jack says, I'm looking at Seifert, McSweeney, and Edwards to Billings, Warner, and Jordan this week. Don't love the Billings shout. Don't love the Warner shout. Love the Jordan shout. Why can't you just change Billings to Agar? Like, surely you've got some DPP or just flex,
Oh,
unless you've got him.
absolutely.
What's your thoughts on this, mate?
You might be right with the DPP. I'm struggling a bit. I used to have like 3 or 4 bat bowlers in my bowling, but now I'm down to 1.
Same.
It's actually
Yeah.
really hard. Like, I'd love to trade a turner to a bowler, but it's actually, it's not possible at the moment, which is annoying.
Oh, yeah. No, I get that. Logan says Billings batting at 5. Don't love that at all for 150k. Yeah, no, I agree. You know
Mm,
he's going to get a bat, but yeah, it's just not for 150k, and it's kind of double-edged knife as well because if you don't go this week, if you don't love it for 150k, you're not going to fucking love it for 175 next week.
yeah, absolutely. And Thomas Jack already has a guy, he just put in the comments.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree
um,
with that. I think
yep,
the more
yep,
thing about it, Billings at 150k, it's not the best when he's batting 5, but at the same time, he has the gloves though, so you never know how many points you can get from that. Like, look at Philippi last round, he got 30 points from catches and then 6 with the bat and got a 36.
yep,
So,
yeah.
it
But
is.
he always gets absolute junk from behind. That's one thing
Yeah,
I've noticed playing BBL. Philippi just gets so much from fielding.
yeah, because his bowlers are so good. Like, he's behind
Yeah.
the stumps to such good bowlers every single season.
Uh,
So they always find the edge.
Baz Linker says Scobey told me not to trade Fergus O'Neill on the buy. Guess that 16 on the double was worth it.
Far
Yes.
out.
Sorry, mate. But in saying that, I had Fergus O'Neill over Tom Rogers for probably till 10 minutes before lockout. So I was almost there with you, mate. Almost there with you. Logan says Chowdhury won't bowl 3 again with Ellis coming back. Much rather pay up for Jaw. I'm the exact same, mate. Absolute exact same. And I assume you are as well, Joshy.
Yeah, I'm the same as well.
Yep.
Thinking of it, but I still do think they're going to take a bowler out for him. Like, they brought Hats in for Alice, so someone's going to come out for him. So I guess
Yeah.
that's still a lot.
Yep. Bol got robbed of that Virat wicket. Was that out or not, mate?
Oh, fuck! 100% it was out. His like finger was under it the whole time. He flicked it up in the air. Um,
Oh.
I've said before, Ponting is probably like my favorite cricket analyst, and he was like
Yes.
watching the slow mo. He was talking through it the whole time, and he was adamant it's out. So
Ricky Ponting, he might as well have invented cricket because you could
yeah,
listen to him talking about it for days on end.
yeah,
Logan wants to know, will Ferg even be here for the double? Yes. Yes, he will.
will be.
Yep.
Which
And
initially I thought he wouldn't be, but
yeah,
looks like he will be.
and if anything, literally, like you follow all of us on X, you follow the hub as well. If something happens and a player of interest just surprisingly isn't going to be here for a double, you will know about it. Like it will be very hard to miss. We've got Jerb says Ellis seems to like going as close to just 4 to 5 overs of spin as possible between Wacker and Chiard. Hopefully, Ellis take notes from last game on bowling them more at Ninja. Where is Ninja?
It's Bowler Eve, so I don't know what it used to be. Is it Blundstone now? Was it Blundstone?
So is
Because I always get,
Ninja and Bluntstone the same thing?
I think it is because obviously they've got Utah's stadium, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Blundstone is what I'll search it up quickly, but I'm pretty sure it used to be Blundstone. But that's
I,
what I hate about all these different names, man. Like, it does my head in. Like, Giant
why?
Stadium is Energy Stadium. It used to be Spotless. Used to be all these Sydney showgrounds. Like, it's had about 5 name changes in the last 4 years, 6 years.
So is Ninja? Is that just like the blokes that are sponsoring him?
I believe so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, right. I see. I've no clue. I haven't had any interest in any Hurricanes until now, and
yeah.
that's
I've,
Chris
I've
Jordan.
just searched it up. It was Blundstone, so that's
Right.
that's what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. Like Wacker seems to have found his groove at the moment, and like we know Tim David can bowl, probably won't. The option's there. Yeah, I don't know. Like, just get Jordan 20k more. Simple as that. Gerbs, he wants to have a crack at a legend here. Ponting is a good analyst, but not good at coaching / roster construction, keeping Canes and other teams pretty mid. Well, mate, when you've got
fair.
blokes like Hooley Dooley on the list, not much is going to change. And, we should have just asked Gerbs. The weatherman knows everything. Blundstone sponsorship ended, so then you got the naming rights. Well, that's absolutely fucking fantastic. Thank you for that. Joshy, who are you going to VC?
To be honest with you, I actually haven't even put much thought in that at all. I'm still trying to think about my trades.
Yep.
But if I was to have a quick look, if I am to go forward with getting Connolly in, I think him against the Thunder, Optus VC. I don't mind that. And then as a C, I think Sutherland against the Stars could clean up a couple of wickets and then also bat well. So probably Connolly into Sutherland, and I'd maybe have a look at Overton, but not too sure on Ninja Stadium.
Yeah, my team's just set from the last round, and that's Sutherland into Overton, and I think that's what I'll go.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like Sutherland.
You have Connolly too, don't you?
Nah, I traded him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just Sutherland could have scored a lot more. Like who was taking it? Lynn. Lynn was just literally destroying him, and then Sutherland missed out on the strike rate bonus by like a couple of runs. So that 66 could have easily been an 85. And yes, I know that's in a double, but it just shows the capability of him. And again, they play Stars who, however you want to view it, whether they're in form or they're just going to be crap from then on out, who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like leading into that double game round, he had scores of 99, 118, and 63. Like his role is really good, and as I said before, like against the Stars, he could really clean up.
I think, and geez, I didn't realize that game started at 9:15. That's a bit late.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying. It's really annoying.
But then again, I wouldn't. If you had a Berendorf or someone like a sneaky VC on him, you could also go like. Would you entertain a Josh Brown VC?
Well, I'm giving you props here. You picked him for the double, and he was absolutely awesome for you.
It was. I think that those three, and I think we've seen this so many times where he doesn't middle the ball and it still goes for 6. Like when Pope came onto bowl and he hit those 3 sixes, I don't reckon any of them were middled, but that just got him going.
Well, sometimes it looks like he's blocked it and it goes for 4. Like he's got so much power, that guy.
He's a big boy. All I'd say is I wouldn't use a VC in the first game. Like there is nothing worse. No, you can't. Even if you've got Bartlett, Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't know, a Philippi, a Dwarshus, there's no way that you're using a VC in that. So realistically, you've got 2 games to use it. And that's Perth and Thunder or Stars and Renegades. And I think most people will be on Sutherland.
So I'll ask you one question.
No,
it's for someone like me, what the hell do you do about a Glenn Maxwell who's batting 6 and not bowling? What do you do?
I haven't as well.
What do you do? Like obviously he had 40 points in the field from catches. I was like, oh, that's a really good foundation for, a quick 20 here, get that strike rate bonus. But Dan Lawrence and just Stoinis could not get out.
Yeah.
Maxi comes in to face pretty much like the last ball, they needed 6 runs, and he gets out Golden Duck just trying to swing for the fences. But if he's going to continue batting at 6 and not bowl, it's horrible. Yeah, it's a horrible role. Not to mention his ankles aren't looking great. Like he was a bit sore.
Yeah, I reckon you've just got to put him into the category of pure batsman now. a batsman that
Yeah,
bowls one over. Because if
yeah,
they're going Lawrence over Maxi, and let's, with all due respect, like he's an elite athlete, but my God, that man bowls up and down fucking fairy bread. There is nothing turning about that. Like that is
yeah,
just no. And if
yeah.
he's bowling over Maxi, that just says to me Maxwell is a
Mm.
pure batsman now.
Yeah, I must say I was pretty shocked that they chose to go with Lawrence over Maxi.
Oh, absolutely. What's
I
what's
was
that
pretty
say? That
shocked.
he's just not back. Like he's not 100%.
Yeah,
Does that change
yeah,
next
and
game though? Like you just
like
you just want the Stars to bat first.
yeah, the worst part is though he's lost 65K and he has a break even 136. Like we're pretty much going to be riding this guy till he's about 130K at this point.
Yeah,
But
and then he'll be 95% owned at the start of next season because he's 105K,
yeah, basically,
unless they
um,
change his price again.
yeah. Like if I didn't have to get out Curran and Fergus, and like I'd prefer to trade Dorcas over him just purely because of that rain that's around. If I didn't
Yep.
have to get them three out, then I think Maxi, if I was boosting, would be out. Just I don't know. I don't have much confidence anymore.
Who's got a better role, Edwards or Maxwell?
Edwards for sure because he's bowling
That's
these four overs and he's
exactly.
in the exact same batting spot. So
And
it's
if there wasn't rain around, I'd probably be trading Maxi over Edwards.
yeah. If there wasn't rain around, I'd probably be getting a Jack Edwards back in, to be honest. Um, but yeah, you
Just
can't do it.
nah. Oh, and it's going to be interesting because we're not going to know either. Like, it's going to be so annoying. If there's thunderstorms like
Yeah,
that, umpires genuinely hate that. Like, if there's thunderstorms there, like, it's going to be absolutely nothing. But,
yeah.
uh,
I'll get the updated rain here for the day. It looks around 4 p.m. It hits 50% chance, and then it drops down to like 25% chance around 7. But it's still not looking great, I don't think. Um, yeah. I just hate when there's any type of rain around because I feel like it's easier to plan for this game as well because of the first game of the round. Um, yeah, but I don't know. It's hard. So
how
many good
much?
options, man. Like I'd love a Spencer Johnson, I'd love a Bartlett, I'd love a Jack Edwards, I'd love all these guys, but it's too scary.
How much rain would you need around to keep your Sixers?
Oh, like as I said, I would love to keep a Dorcas over a Maxwell at the moment. So
What's Maxi's ownership?
I'm not too sure. You can have a look at that while I
Oh,
think. I'd probably say that if there's 50+% chance of rain during the game, I'd trade all my Sixers except for Philippi and have
He's
Kerr on the
only
bench.
he's only in 21% of teams.
Jesus. How much does that go up if you go like top 5%, for instance?
Oh Jesus.
Because that's what I look at. There's so many
Um,
teams that don't play anymore.
season owned 22.6% in the top 1% of coaches.
Jesus.
That could be a very. Does it get?
I mean, on the flip side, if Maxi comes in at 4 and bowls an over or two at the G, which he's pretty good at, he could be the pod of the round.
Bigger ground there as well, so they might
Yeah,
utilize him more.
yeah. Like I know he had a lot better role, but scores of 131 and 56 last season against the Renegades. So
Yeah.
that's the ceiling he
Um,
has.
we've got one more question, and you know why I'm going to answer this. With Matt Shaw potentially out for the rest of the season to rest up for the Sri Lanka tests, Gerbs, good man. You've just earned yourself a pay rise. Is Chris Lynn a viable option? Well, Jesus Christ, he just gave absolutely no fucks, didn't he? Like he just went
Yeah,
hard.
And he looked shit in the first few games of the year, so that's why I didn't even remotely consider him. But
No,
he
and
went,
we didn't
he
know
went
who was going to open. Like, they opened with Pope and Weatherald. No, Pope and Short.
Mm,
I don't
yeah,
know. Like, yes, if he's going to open, but then again, he could just easily go back down to 3, and we don't see that again.
yeah. It's tough to say. I don't know if you can
So,
get him in now though with the bye following this round. Do you basically getting him just for one game?
yeah. Nah. Nah, I wouldn't be trading strikers in when you know you've got to trade him out.
Yeah.
Nah. Anything else to add, mate?
Nah, nothing at all.
Nah. Well, with Largs missing this pod, do I get his allocated pay? You keep popping in, you keep doing your weather reports, and we'll talk finances very, very soon, our juicy little gerbil friend. And thank you to everyone who's dropped in today. Thank you to everyone who's sent in questions or conversed with us on X. You know where to find us. Joshy, where can the listeners find you, mate?
Just on X at JG_SC Hub.
Perfect. You can find me, same place, Scobey_SC Hub. Don't forget to join the Discord. Check us out on everything. Special shout out to Honeyball. Have a look at those guys and all their content, injury updates, availability as well, which is going to be important. But we know, as we answered for, I can't remember who it was, Lockie Ferguson will be here for both games of the double. So if you need anything, make sure you're following us all. If you need any questions answered, slide into the DMs or just tag us, and hopefully you have an amazing SuperCoach round, but not as good as mine. So, yeah, enjoy and have a great week. And we'll be back here next round. No idea what time yet, but we'll definitely be here. Joshy, you might not be. Is that a fair statement?
Well, what date would it be?
No idea.
I think I'm pretty free now, which is good. So
Oh,
I'll
I
be
hear.
there.
Oh, he's free now. Right. Melbourne's preseason training's just gone on a midweek hiatus. We love that. Anyway, we're out of here. Enjoy the week. Have a good one and stay safe.